Hey, what's up? It's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of Blue Book MKE. And in this video, I wanted to answer some questions that YouTube subscribers and Facebook subscribers have been asking about Facebook lead ads. There's some videos that are out there from people who are running lead ads, and one of the most common uh, co- complaints or issues that people seem to say that they have with Facebook lead ads is that the people are hard to get in contact with. And then that makes people think that the quality of the leads are low. It just brings up a whole bunch of negative energy when people are trying to utilize the platform to generate leads. And I'm here to tell you that I've been able to build huge companies off the Facebook lead ads platform. And I think that there's either one of two reasons why a lot of people are having problems or saying they're having problems. They're either not doing it right or they're not really doing it at all. You will be surprised at how many YouTube videos are out there with individuals that pretend that they do lead ads. They know how to go through the process of putting them together, but they've never ran a campaign. They're just making YouTube videos to get views to try to make money from their YouTube channel. I'm someone who has been running lead ads. I think when they first introduced it, maybe right before it was either 2012 or 2013. I figured it out, and like I've ran lead ads 365 days a year, nonstop. I never stop during the holidays. My ads run all the time, and I generate leads all the time. Now, if you're having trouble with getting in touch with the people, let me tell you some things that you need to look at doing. And this seems to be a lost art, but I think that I'm very good at doing this because my initial training did not come from running ads on the internet. I'm started in running ads way before the internet was even out. Like I'm talking about 1990, before the internet was introduced. And what my training and it was on the job training with that also. What I learned from there was that you have to make ads and get people to respond. The ad is not put together to do the selling. That's why people are having so much of a hard time when they're running ads, is that they're trying to make the ad do too much. The ad needs to be focused in on your product, your service, and getting information about it, not trying to sell the individual on it. You can look all over the internet, you can look at your own results. If you're thinking that you're going to post up an ad and you're going to make sales, like you're going to run it to 100 people and you're going to get 10 people to buy or 20 people to buy, like you're going to get this big percentage, it doesn't exist. The average uh, person that will order is going to be less than 1% on the first contact. So I think that people's the anticipation or the where they're just thinking that, hey, it's going to be this large amount, that's probably the beginning of the problem. And then, but also you have to learn how to create highly profitable ads. And when I say profitable ads, I always talk about your money is in generating leads before you get money. Generate generating highly profitable ads that will generate leads. So uh, and it's a technique to doing that. And it goes with, regardless if you're online, offline, on a billboard, in a magazine, whatever, you have to learn how to do it. So if you're having problems with your lead ads, the first thing that you need to look at fixing is your ad itself, because you may be drawing in the poor quality leads. Everybody wants to blame everybody else. How about blaming yourself? When I didn't generate good leads, I blame myself. And then the next thing that you need to do is optimize your lead form. Everybody thinks that, well, Facebook comes out with this new tool to optimize and be able to drill down into the your lead. I'm here to tell you, you're going to have the same problem. You're just going to pay even a higher price for your leads when you start using those tools. What you need to do is your lead form is your second ad. A lot of people, for some reason, just overlook that. They're just like, people are just going to click the form, they're going to put in their information. They're looking at what you say on that form as the secondary ad. And if it's not consistent with what you had in your original ad, they're not going to opt in. And even if they opt in and it's not consistent with what you had from your ad, then you're going to lose, it's going to go down in a level of quality, so to speak, because you're not speaking to them and being consistent. So now the next thing that people get wrong, uh, no matter, I've worked with small companies, I've worked with medium-sized companies, I've worked with large companies, worked with internet businesses, I work with offline only businesses. This is where they just, when I look at it, this is where they get it wrong. And I understand why they get it wrong, because when I first had to get this in place, I was very reluctant because I was like, I'm generating leads and we could just call those people and generate sales. And but what I learned quickly is that you're not in competition with your competition that does the same business as you. We are all in competition with everybody. So you have the lawn service trying to call, the pool service trying to call, the grocery delivery service, the dry cleaner. You have the insurance companies trying to call. You have new car dealers trying to call, old car dealers. You got advertisements all over the place. That's who you're competing with. So if you understand who you're really competing with, it will help you understand that you have to put in place what I'm about to talk about. And I call it the at least a minimum of 2 to 3 steps, but you should do a 4-step points of contact follow-up process in place. And this will help you be able to get in touch with more leads. But also there's an added benefit that happened to me that I didn't even wasn't even anticipating, but I admit that I was trying to make it happen, was that I would start getting people to order on their own. And if you do this the right way, people will actually fill in the order form and do ultimately what you tried to get people to do when you put that ad together and tried to get them to buy. You will actually get people to buy on their own if you do this right. And what you have to do is you have to have a follow-up process in place. And what I do is we text our leads, we email our leads, we call them by phone, and we do voice drops. So that's 4 levels of contact. And something that I had learned when I first got this in place. And when I first got it in place, I had only did email. I didn't even have the other stuff. I just said I'm going to sit down and put an email sequence in place. And I didn't put one long one in place that was like, 100 days, like some people tell you to do or whatever. I just did a simple 5 different emails, and they were separated by 3 days apart. And what I had noticed was by day number 7, that means that they had gotten 3 of my emails. People were either asking us to call them or people were filling out the form and signing up on their own. So if you think about that, when you're doing your follow-up process, what I started understanding was the reason why you might be having a hard time getting in touch with people who became leads is because they don't know about your business. And if you utilize automation to get people to understand more about what you had to offer, and you speak to them about what you had to offer, and you don't just try to sell to them right away, you give them information. And I know it's very hard for people to follow it, and also it's hard for people to understand, how can I give people information about what I have to offer and not try to sell them on stuff? Because when you're giving them the information about what you had to offer, it's going to be what they wanted to buy, so they're going to automatically buy from you. It's very subtle. It's something that I teach with my coaching service, but it's very subtle. If you can show people, with demonstrate with your product or service how what you're offering, and the way that you describe it and the way that you give it to them either on a video or you give it to them in text on your website, and you demonstrate it, and they believe in their own mind that what you had to offer is either better or exactly what they was looking for. No matter what the price is, they're going to end up buying from you within reason. I mean, you can't go crazy. These are the things that you should be working on rather than, running scared and everybody's trying to look at the next way to manipulate the system, or the next way to manipulate Facebook, or the next way to manipulate Instagram or whatever. That's not the way that you need to do it. What you need to look at what you control, and what you control is running better ads. What you control is optimizing your lead forms, and what you control is your points of contact: text, email, phone, voice drops. And then the last one, which is like one of my biggest secrets. The last one is monetizing the leads that don't buy. Have you ever wondered when you went to the state fair and they had this booth up there where uh, maybe they were selling insurance, and you would fill out a form. And then all of a sudden, like 2 or 3 weeks later, you got a advertisement for Carnival Cruise Line, or you got an advertisement for a watch, or you got an advertisement for some sort of home product or something. And you're like, I, I, I didn't put myself on a list for that, but I did get it in the mail. This is called cross marketing. There's the a lot of you probably don't even know or understand how this works. Uh, on the online community, they call it co-registration. That's where that your leads, let's just say, for example, that you are a lawn service, and you generated leads, and for some reason they're not answering their phone, you're not able to get in touch with them. You know that because until they opt out of your list, you can remarket to them other related products and services. Now, you have to make sure that they understand that it's from you. You can't just email them from, like, give the list to another company to email. You need to do what's called a reference email. But if you're looking at doing this by mail, you could just sell the list to a company or lease your list to a company. Because in your privacy policy, and this is what people don't understand because they probably aren't even really doing it, in the Facebook privacy policy, it gives you a place to put your link. And in that link, when people become leads, they will have the opportunity to view your privacy policy. And inside of that privacy policy, you can let them know that partners that you partner with, or that you do lease, or you do sell information to providers that you believe would fit the a product or service that they might be interested in. So that is something that you can do, but you just have to notify the individual with the privacy policy. It's not like you got to call them and tell them. You just got to notify them in your privacy policy. That's why they have privacy policies. Start studying other companies' privacy policies, and you will see that they already have that in their either in their privacy policy or terms of service or whatever. You're going to see it in there on what they can do with your information. They may say that they don't sell it, but they don't say that they don't lease it. So understand and get into the game, and dig deeper. So I'm going to end the video here. Please like this video. Please share, post your questions and comments. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I want to get the numbers up, and also stay tuned because I'm going to be offering a level up your business 5-day challenge where I'm going to take your business from just surviving to thriving. I have a goal of helping as many people as possible get their business to $50,000 or more per month in 1 year's time. And the only way that I'm going to be able to do that is to have challenges where we're going to, like, dig deep and show you how to, number one, make ads, number two, generate more leads, more qualified leads, and how to sell those leads, or how to get people to come in to your store for traffic. Whichever way, we're going to attack it in that 5-day challenge. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder. Whoa, my desk moved there. President and founder of Blue Book MKE.